Hello, this is Becca from Willow Hill Designs. Welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is doing well. Looking at the snow here is making me think of the snow that we're supposed to get tomorrow, and we are looking forward to it. We generally get lots of snow in the winter, and it's been kind of a snowless winter. We did have some last week, but then that was gone after a few days of rain, and now we're supposed to get more tomorrow. So this is making me anticipate the snow that's coming. But anyway, I'm here to share and try to catch up on the pages that I've been working on for Junk Journal January 2024, and I think my last video finished with Stitched, and so the next page that I completed is Neutrals, number 8, prompt number 8, and that is Neutrals. And this is what I did here for this one. I'll try to give you a little close-up here. I used some cardstock that I had that I absolutely love, that has all these laces on it, and they're Chantilly lace, Venetian lace, and so on. And I used that as the backdrop. And then I had a little, another piece of cardstock from something that was left over, and it just has some French writing on it. And I used that and made a pocket out of it, just folded it in half and glued these edges here and made a pocket out of it. And this is the fold on this edge, so that didn't need any glue. I glued it down, and I added this little filigree cut design here. We had used these for my son's rehearsal dinner. He had a nature theme at the rehearsal dinner. There was a large slab of wood that was cut for them with a live edge, and then I painted their names and date of their wedding on that, and it was made into a table for them. And so this is from that rehearsal dinner, and I love this. I think it's just so pretty. And we used these for the placeholders, and we had little portions of wood with bases and some moss and some baby's breath glued to them, and some kind of little mushrooms and things, just really beautiful at each table. And so that brings back a nice memory, but that is from my son's and daughter-in-law's rehearsal dinner. And so I decided, in making that a pocket, that I would put a bookmark in there. And this is in keeping with the neutral theme here. And I just used some distress ink on the back of that. And this is some string that I had from a box of goodies from an Italian bakery that we usually buy goodies from. And you can see on this cardstock, it does show the different names of the laces here. And I love that. So that little bookmark slips right in there. Whoops. And this is a piece of a little torn piece of fabric that has stamped on it, cart, and I think this might have been postal cart on there. And I just took that piece of fabric and put that on top of this lace, just a little piece of lace that I ran down the edge. And then I also had put a doily that I inked a little bit and slipped it behind this pocket. And I don't know if you can see that doily. Here it is. Again, in just neutral colors, nice neutral colors, and tucked in a little piece of this vintage adding machine tape that I had stamped. Can't talk today. Some Lily of the Valleys on that. Tucked that behind there, and just a little piece of the adding machine tape on the back side of it. Just tuck that in there. So that is the neutral page. and I really love that. So that was number 8, neutral. And then this is number 9, foliage. And this one, for this one, I took a portion of a calendar. This is some sort of foliage with frosted edges on the leaves. Apparently there was a frost wherever this picture was taken. And I just thought that was so pretty. And of course it's January, so that kind of goes nicely in my mind. This is the large redwood trees from California. This is from a Sierra Club calendar. And so I just put the trees in here with the forest and the foliage, the pine foliage back here. And this is just a little portion of this part of the calendar. This is another image that I had of some apples on a branch. And I just cut that out and glued that on top. And lastly, this is some lavender and some juniper branches that was kind of like a little wedding decoration from some paperwork that I had. And I just tucked that under the apple and glued that down as well. So that is the foliage page. And I love this one as well. And then the next one that I did was layers. And that would be this, number 10, prompt was layers. And I'll show you a close-up of that. And this striped background is just the inside of an envelope, the privacy backing that they put on the privacy envelopes. And so I just glued that to the background, and then I added some music, some torn music from an old book that I have, a music book. And this is some text from some paper cardstock that was torn, and I inked it with some blue and then some black. And then I layered some leaves, some images of leaves on top of that. And then the image of a feather was glued on top of that. And then this feather is from a Marjolaine Bastian book. I don't cut the book out, I just photocopy and then cut that those images because I love the book. It was given to me by my daughter and I love it, so I want to keep that intact. And there's some cardstock that was put down here first. This is very pretty. This is from, I think, Alice in Wonderland, and I had a piece of that. Took that under there, and then a guitar, an image that I had that went on top of that. And underneath it all is just a little bit of ephemera that is vintage. So that's also tucked under. Also a portion of a map was layered under the leaves here. And lastly, on top here is the image of a house in the evening, kind of dusky, and kind of ties in with that blue. And so there's blue throughout, kind of tying this all in. So that's another interesting one. I really enjoyed doing that one. I wasn't sure how I was going to approach that one, but it turned out okay in the end. And then number 11 was eclectic. And I know eclectic well. I decorate that way in my home. I love to mix periods of things and just different styles. So, but I didn't know how to approach this at all. So I just decided to try to find things that were very diverse and didn't really go together, and yet they did. So I'll give you a little close-up of that. And I guess most of these things are things on here that I love. with the exception of probably that beetle. But so I chose a background, and of course I love that sort of a duck egg blue that's in the background. And then I have this little piece of vintage ephemera, and it speaks of a naturalist and shows some pictures, what a naturalist might be looking for and collect, and or things that they may be out looking for when in the woods. And so I left the bee visible because I love bees, love honeybees. And layered on top of that, there are some lemons up here, which of course are pollinated by bees, but I liked that color. I thought that that color kind of went with this little girl's hair. And I put this image that I had, just tore this out of a larger image of some tulips, and I used my Derwent pencils to give this some color. This was kind of almost not quite sepia, but, or sepia, I don't know how you pronounce that, but I added some color to that. I added some leaves here, and this is also a portion of music back here, another portion of some cardstock, and this is from a Martha Stewart image that I saved, and I framed some of these. She would have a grouping of whether it was silverware or pewter creamers or pitchers, as in and vases, things like that. And I had framed them for my sewing room upstairs. And so this was one of the images that I had collected, and I loved that. And I love just vintage items like this. So I thought that was nice to include there. This little girl was a handmade doll, and I loved her. I thought she was so pretty, and it adds to the eclectic look of the page, I think. And of course a seagull here, and I love seagulls, love the beach, and so I thought I would add him, and a little piece of wood grain here on the bottom to look as if she's standing on that. So that is my eclectic page, and that one had me worried. I really wasn't sure how I would approach that one either. I think for most of these I haven't been sure how to approach them. And then the last in all of these signatures is, let's see, what is this one? Torn Edges. Number 12, Torn Edges. And what I decided to do here, I'll just show you close, is that I tore some cardstock pieces and then layered them, overlapped them. Here's another cardstock piece, and this is from Alice in Wonderland. I just loved the look of these together. And then I added some lace along this edge. And then I made a belly band out of another piece of cardstock and tore these edges as well. All of these edges are torn along here. This is torn. And I just sort of curled this up a little tiny bit just to give it a little dimension. And then I tore this piece of fabric, exposing the torn edges here, and then I just sort of ruched this and glued that down to add a little something, and the red picks up here and here and here. And so I thought that being that I put the belly band, I would make something to tuck under the belly band, and these are from an Alice in Wonderland cardstock, and I just took these different little cards that were in it, and I attached them all with washi tape. So these are attached, and then I drew lines that were 1/4 of an inch apart to give me some space for journaling. I'm not really a journaler. I will journal a little bit, and then I lose track of that. I don't stay with it. I wish I was a little bit more into that, but I'm not. But I did leave myself, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages to journal here. And then I put the washi tape also on the back so that it would be sturdy. And there are these really cute images from Alice in Wonderland. I loved these. I thought that they were so pretty. So this can be tucked in to the belly band this way with the rabbit on top. He can be exposed, and it would look like this. Or, excuse me, and then of course all of your writings are kind of secret and hidden in here. Or it can be folded this way and tucked in like this. And then when you open it out, you see these wonderful images on the other side of that. So that is the last page in these, this grouping, or this signature. There's 12 in all. So I'll just show you quickly as this signature opens. This is what it looks like, and I'll be stitching this together. I love this page without the tags in it. I love that look. It's just so serene and beautiful to me. But I did want to put something in that little tuck spot. But this is how each page will look as this journal. This is my first journal, so it's probably not the way most junk journalers work. But I'm kind of just flying by the seat of my pants here, really. So this is how the journal will go as it's looked through. And I'll be using the pamphlet stitch to stitch these together. So thank you for joining me today for this. I have one more to work on. Oh no, I have two. I have garden and pattern. I'm probably still one more behind, but I'm catching up. So thank you for joining me, and I'm wishing you many blessings, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.